Welcome to new video. In continuation to the last video, that is about the architecture of 8051, let us see even the rest of the part. I mentioned in the last video that below the port 3 you can see some other blocks. These are the 3 other blocks. So I mentioned that it is not mandatory to write down or to draw this in the architecture, but as it is given in the prescribed textbook for those students who are following the textbook written by Kenneth J. Ayala, it's better to mention even these blocks below the architecture which I explained in the last video. And moreover, if you complete the complete course on 8051, these 3 blocks are not that difficult for you to draw below the architecture which I explained in the last video. So let us see what are those 3 other blocks which we missed in the previous video. So below the port 3, he mentioned there are 3 blocks. First one is related to system timing, interrupts, timers, memory control, data bus buffers and power supply. So whatever that is left in the architecture part which I explained in the above part in the last video, the left out registers the left out the important points which are related to the timing and control. As I mentioned, every architecture will have timing and control circuitry, register set, and then arithmetic and logical unit. We have seen arithmetic and logical unit in the previous video. There we have seen only 2 registers A and B, but here we are going to see rest of the 32 registers. So both including those 2 and these 32 registers, it is treated as register organization. And there we didn't see any timing and control circuitry. There we have seen only about information about ports, latches, and then we have seen information about memories, how much memory is there, and what is the use of A and B registers and ALU and PSW. Right? So here we will see the other things. Like this block is mentioning system timing, interrupts, timers, data bus buffers, memory control and power supply. Those are the pins he mentioned here. EMR, AV, PSCL. In the pin diagram of 8051, I will explain in detail about even what is the use of these pins. So if you are perfect with pin diagram, then you can remember all these pins and put them in the timing and control circuitry. So these 3 pins will be related to system timing, and then they will control how to read and write data from the external memories. This is related to system timing. We will provide, we will connect a crystal oscillator through these 2 pins. Reset key is available to reset the device, and the power supplies like VCC and ground pins are available through which we can view the input supply voltage, and we can provide ground connections with the internal circuit of 8051. And coming to the other block, this block is about internal RAM. He gave just information about what is internal RAM, how it is divided into 3 parts, and we will learn in detail about this internal RAM in the coming videos. So here you can see it is having 3 parts. The first part is called as register bank. Each bank will have 8 registers. We have 4 banks: RB0, RB1, RB2, RB3. 4 into 8 registers. Total 32 registers are available in this first partition. Then in the second partition is bit addressable area. If you go into the details, even you have to mention how much, what is the address from where to where in the internal RAM we have register bank. It is from 00 to 1F. 00 to 1F is your internal 00 to 1F of your internal RAM memory is register banks. From 20 to 2F it is bit addressable area, and from 30 to 7F it is your general purpose RAM area or scratch pad RAM area. This we will see in detail in the coming videos, not right now. Just I mentioned that there are 3 partitions in the RAM. And coming to the one more important block, SFR registers. Apart from these 32 registers and 2 registers in previous video we have seen A and B, we have other registers called SFRs, special function registers. The BSW which we have discussed in the previous video and I told you we will discuss in detail in the coming videos. It is also one of the SFR. So SFR stands for Special Function Registers. Here we have so many SFRs. The first two, which are in green color here, are related to interrupts. First one is IE and IP, interrupt enable and interrupt priority. Then these three which are in red color are related to serial communication, serial data communication. SCON, serial communication register, serial buffer register, and power control register or power mode control register. We have two more here, TCON and TMOD. They are related to timers. Timer or counter control register, timer mode control register. Then these two timers which are available to us, T0, T1, in the port 3 we have seen it is going to provide two timers. So those two timers, T0, T1, are divided into four parts as TL and TH, TL and TH. Timer 0 low, timer 0 high, timer 1 low, timer 1 high. So that he mentioned in this SFR block. So it is not that complicated. You can even draw this below the port 3 in the previous architecture. And in the previous video, I forgot to explain you what is the use of the latch. For every port, port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3, there is a latch connected to that. So whatever the data we will write to the port will go to this latch only. Latches have information, so latch will store the data. So here you have to see this port 3 is having 8 pins, but I have shown you only one latch. It does not mean that one latch is storing the information for all the 8 pins of port 3. There are 8 latches connected to each and every pin of port 3. So for every pin there is a latch. So it will store the information. Whatever the data will send it to the port pin will be stored onto the latch, and whatever the data will read from the port pins will be coming out of this latch only. So that is about the complete architecture of 8051 microcontroller. So in the coming video we will see the pain diagram of 8051 microcontroller. So if you can compare these two topics, if you know the pain diagram, you can draw the architecture easily. If you know the architecture, the pain diagram will become easy. So I don't think so that the next class is going to be a new thing for you, but it will give you some hints how to remember the architecture blocks. If you are perfect in the architecture, then the other topic will be easy for you.